Hey everyone, this is Mark from Stocks and Cash. It's February 7th, 2018. I'm here with a market update video. Um, Talk about what I'm into right now and some potential trade setups for tomorrow. So I didn't get to do a video yesterday, um, but as you can see, the market came down, kind of tested this trend line that was drawn. It was kind of a wouldn't say a reliable trend line, although now I believe it is since we actually touched it here. But when I drew it, we only had really 2 points. This makes a third, so I think this trend line is rather, reliable as a spot that could indicate support. Um, Today we opened up a little lower than where we closed yesterday. Had a nice run up, but then we got rejected in the moving average. Um, you know, I guess they're consolidating here, trying to figure out if they want to keep coming down or reverse. But in this area, we get rejected and then closed below the open. Volume wasn't as high today as it was yesterday. There was a lot of conviction in buying yesterday, indicated by this large volume. Um, but that being said, this was an ugly candle. I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of came back and tested this uptrend, maybe come back and test the 100. And it's certainly possible that we don't and continue moving on or consolidate. Those are the other, only options. Um, but, the fact that we had, this shooting star gravestone type candle is a little concerning. We're obviously still in a downtrend. Um, in my mind, we're kind of in no man's land here, where buying or selling is probably, um, you can do whatever is in accordance with your trade plan, but there really is no trend established at this point in time, given this candle. Um, so I think we just need to, um, you know, have some direction. Clearly, it was bearish for a few days. This bounce gave us pause in that bearish trend. Um, and today didn't really give us any follow through. So to say, oh yeah, let's go long, the market's going to be fine now. I need more confirmation before I'll start going long on too many positions. Now, I did get. Well, let me look at the cues first, and then I'll tell you what I did today. Oops. So the cues kind of had a very similar pattern. They're bumping up to the moving averages, bumping into resistance on the fibs here. We really want to get back up through this 165 level to confirm that the bullish trend is probably back on. We want the MACD to cross over bullishly. Stokes are starting to cross over, but certainly not enough information at this time in my mind to say, yeah, let's go for it. You also notice on the cues that we closed below the 55 EMA, so some cause for concern there, that we may come down and test. Again, maybe not necessarily tomorrow in all one shot, but I do think it's possible that we could see some sideways movement, maybe come down and touch this level, or again, maybe not. Maybe we just have a gap open tomorrow and we run. We have all sorts of buying opportunities with confidence that the trend is back intact, the bullish trend, I should say. So, just some things to think about there. Taking a look at Mastercard. So I did get into this trade. We closed above the 8 EMA yesterday, and then we ran up into this breakout area here above 170.71, and stupidly I bought. In reality, I should have waited for a close above this level. I didn't, and we kind of closed back below the 8 EMA. So sitting with a loss, for now. I'm still in the trade, so unrealized loss right now. If we get a gap up, maybe we recover and I can get out, or maybe even hold if the market decides to hold up instead of having a pullback like it did today. So, a little disappointed that I actually jumped into that trade, but it is what it is. That's where I'm at. So, I put my stop at the low of today's candle, and if we, are sitting below this level for too long, maybe put it at the 21 EMA. If we bounce off of there, then I'll hold on to it. If we break below that 21 EMA, then I should probably get out. Um, Looking at H&R Block. So I did get into this trade, maybe again a little foolishly. The reason being is that H&R Block touched this 61.8 target, had a nice bounce, and the market was up earlier in the day, and I decided to get in, hoping that this was the bottom and we were going to start riding back up. So also probably not the best trade given this the resistance that the stock needs to get through on the moving averages to really be in the clear here. But again, lesson learned. I can probably redraw the fibs now to here. So in doing that, we've got to contend with these next two fib levels, before we see quote unquote blue sky to start potentially testing this level here. So again, probably not the greatest trade. It's working out right now. I am positive on it, but we'll see what the market does tomorrow, if I remain in it or cut my secure my profit or not. And then Facebook, since I was long on a couple of stocks, tech had a rough day today, and I did decide to buy a couple of puts on Facebook, hopefully not too foolishly. Reason being, we bounced off the 21 and 8 EMAs essentially. This is where we opened, had a short time by the EMAs, and then got smacked down, broke the 55. Stokes are bearish, MACD's bearish, RSI is bearish. Granted, we could gap up tomorrow, and I could get in on a loss on my positions, but what I'm looking for is a quick move down or gap down to the 178 level where this 100 simple moving averages, perhaps come down to this swing here, which I'm measuring from here to here, the two large white candles and their wicks. If we come back here, 177 or so, 178, that's the range I'd be looking to take some small profit and seeing if Facebook bounces and goes higher. Between yesterday and today, it's an inside day candle, doesn't really give us a whole lot of information. Maybe not the most savvy trade, but I figured pushing below the 55 gave me some confidence. That could be my stop. To get a quick scalp on Facebook if we push down to these levels of 177, 178. That covers my holdings. Let's take a look at a couple of potential, only one potential option that I saw for tomorrow. And the reason being, before I go to Lulu, going back to the SPY for a minute, a lot of charts that I looked at had a very similar day today, where we opened, we ran up, and then we got smacked back down. And a lot of charts are showing this shooting star type candle. Again, there's no reason why we can't continue on bullishly, continue on higher, but it's not a strong candle. It's not indicative of a strong move. It says that sellers came in and knocked it down, in the mid to the end of the day. So definitely some concern here, given that candle, and that's why there's not a whole lot of trades that I'm too crazy about. Now looking at Lululemon, this one I actually am interested in. Now it had a similar type of pattern, except it actually closed positive. It was above intraday, the 81.8 breakout level that I've drawn here. It got pushed back down a little bit, but if the market's strong tomorrow and we get a nice close above 81.8, then I think Lulu has a lot of room to run. Basically an $11, I guess $10 run up, if we do get a nice close above this breakout level. So definitely going to keep a nice eye on Lulu. The Stokes are up, the RSI is pointing up, MACD is trying to turn bullish, so I do see a lot of potential in Lulu, especially if the markets cooperate. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that one. And the only other one is Tesla, because I usually cover it. You can see yesterday I kind of drew this trend line based on these candles here, and then continuing on these candles, and now this candle bounced right off of that ascending trend line, which coincided with this um, um, fib, the 32% retracement. And then we gapped up and had a nice close above the 8 EMA. Now the only issue with Tesla is that it has earnings today. I don't know what it did after hours, truthfully. And actually, let me just take a quick look here. Where's the earnings whisper? Here it is. I believe it. Tesla had its earnings after the market closed. Yes. So again, I don't know what Tesla did after the market, where it's going to open up. So the chart pattern is looking nice. Given how volatile Tesla is, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a big swing up or down. It could be flat depending on what earnings did, but the chart looks good. Earnings might affect that chart, but hey, if we get a close above this level, the 360 level, then I think we have a lot of room to run up to 394, and I'd be pretty confident, despite Tesla being an expensive stock for me personally, buying a call and seeing what could happen with Tesla, over the next few weeks. So that pretty much wraps it up today. Kind of a short video, but if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and have a great night.